Grand Rapids Fire has confirmed the power is out at Spectrum.
What he's put in the story, that's interesting.
Sure.
We got a school in lockdown.
You got that from GRPD, right?
Yes.
Rachel, it's Christine. I need you to give me a call ASAP. Okay, see you, bye.
This is kind of when the day gets ramped up. We're about an hour away from the broadcast.
Find out what really happened at fun.
Roll push. I'm Joe LaFergie.
It's part of what we do. Whenever there's something big, we get there first. So,
looking for something that the competition isn't going to have. What was it like? Tell me what students were thinking, feeling, saying.
Got breaking news. It's breaking news.
We have usually a graphics team of at least 3 people.
Christine, so Larry's just doing the round robin out of the break. There's no talk.
Yeah, I'm going to say we're going to do that animation.
Okay.
Here's what we're working on for 24-hour news 8 at 6.
Bolts under 3 sound. Stand by and dissolve line Q.
My name is Patty McGettigan. I am the news director at Wood TV. I have been in this role for the last 6 years. I've been at the station for 12. The morning news meeting is really the most critical moment of our day as a news organization. It's when we try to make decisions about the most important information we think we are going to bring to our viewers each day and evening. And so we really work to make critical decisions in our morning meeting about where our assignments are going to be.
Budget comes out tomorrow, but there is no information on the packet on it. I don't know if Kurt's going to give me anything on it today or not. Try.
There's many stories that we filter through on a daily basis that we will likely report in some way every day. Not all of them require the services of an entire crew, of a reporter and a photographer. And there are a number of factors that go into helping us make those decisions. They are what's the most important story of the day, what's the most local story of the day.
We've heard that Spectrum downtown is without power and the people are trapped in elevators.
Joe.
Bye, Joe.
We'll get a live truck behind out there.
Yeah, it's about that story.
Select whatever it was, like it's vehicles.
Load a live truck.
Okay.
It's where the Spectrum's out of power and they're got people trapped.
Okay. Is there any fire calls over there? Trapped?
7. 5. Nothing is
Bruce knows nothing about it. He's like, I'm gonna go run over there right now. He's in the building next to Spectrum, so he's like, I'll go check it out.
Somebody call fire and see if because they would have called in.
He works for Target Construction. They run all of the heating, the cooling, all of that for the hospital.
All right, we're gonna go.
Okay, just check it out. Okay.
Larry's loading.
well, and this thing could be over pretty quickly too.
Wayland could be a stronger story if we put a little bit more time into it. Yeah. But do you have time to do that, Brad?
Wayland?
Yeah, not necessarily today, but maybe to start laying the groundwork for it.
Yeah.
That doesn't leave much for him to do.
Well, Joe had 4 decent pitches. That means he's got to do the cook. Is that his name?
Dan Clavin, right?
Yeah.
And we're supposed to get an answer, not that this matters for today, we're supposed to get an answer on Hillary Clinton for the show sometime today or tomorrow.
In our organization, the assistant news director is responsible for the day-to-day coverage of what we do every single day.
Grand Rapids Fire has confirmed the power is out at Spectrum.
So in this case, Andy Gilfillan is responsible for directing our coverage in a breaking news situation.
I guess we need to know how big of a deal this is. I mean, do we need to break in? Boris Yeltsin died?
Yeah, they just said that.
Did you get that on, Sam?
Holy cow.
I mean,
Does anybody know where Dan Bors is?
I'll call him.
He might be upstairs.
To booth, the next cut-in. He's up
Oh, he is?
Yeah. Have we cut in or are we just doing regular
Let me
cut-ins
call him
right
and
now?
ask
The update.
What are we crawling right now?
Let me find out.
Was that the one that we had on the sky cam right there?
That's the one we just...
Is it done though? I mean, can we stop crawling
I'll
this?
call and see if it's clear.
Have we cut in at all on this Spectrum thing?
Yes, we just put it in the 10 cut.
Oh, you did?
Yes.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. Brett had it in the 10. Just that there's an outage. The only thing we had confirmed was from Bernard.
Okay, we should. Okay, I'm gonna call Joe and have. What time's the next update then? 10:50 something.
Yeah, currently Terry's covering.
I know, we should have Joe do it though.
We'd have to put a different anchor in there.
All right, I just might have Joe do it live.
That's
you know,
fine, whatever.
Terry, where's that Van Claveren arraignment thing?
Yeah, and I mean, there again.
Is there a truck down there right now? I'm not even familiar. I don't think we have a truck down there.
My name is Carrie James. I'm one of the assignment editors here at News 8, and I listen to the police scanners so we know what's going on out there. Also, I help assign the crews. We get news releases from the community and PR people, and with events and different things going on, and I will tell them where to go. And also, we're kind of like the air traffic controllers of the newsroom. We help coordinate everyone from here, and then we send them out. Up here, we also have our tip line. It's our news line where people will call in news tips and let us know what's going on out there in the community as well. And that's how we get news covered during the day. The power is back on at Spectrum yet?
And then did you see the update for the freeway accident Carrie sent out?
Yes, that's already updated.
Cool, thanks.
We're doing the Spectrum Health power outage story, and I just got some more information. So what I'm doing is I'm updating the website to reflect the new information that we have, that it was a traffic accident that caused the problem and that the power is going to be restored momentarily. So what I do is I make sure that the stories we have are accurate and timely, and that they're put where they're supposed to be, and get on as quickly as possible. We've also got, at this very moment, 131 northbound is shut down because of a different traffic accident. A driver apparently was trying to cut across 4 lanes of highway to get to the other expressway and plowed into another car. Both of those people are injured and taken to nearby hospitals, and so that area of 131 is shut down. And Boris Yeltsin just died. So I'm working on three completely separate tracks here.
Hold on real quick. The wind's really high, and the truck that we sent Joe out in is not digital. So we need to get another truck that's...
Yeah, I figured you were.
Huh?
So we just wanted to make sure that we touch base with you.
Well, I know, but if it's digital, you don't put the mast up.
Thanks.
Yeah, but digital's hit and miss. You may just want, I would send DSNG.
Right, they have digital truck at Cornerstone, and it's not working.
Okay, hold on one sec. We're having truck issues because the wind's so high, so we're trying to get DSNG out there in time. I don't know if that's going to happen. So I'm going to go up there and booth it. If we get it, we get it. If we don't, we'll take Rick in the newsroom live.
Okay.
I'm writing up a backup script right now for him.
Which rundown are we in?
Let's just do breaking news.
Breaking news rundown?
Yep.
Okay, you're going to have supers in the whole shop?
Yep, breaking news supers in for both just in case.
Okay.
So, do that right now.
Yep, I'll put it in when I book it. I'll take care of it. And then, Joe...
I'm Rick Albin. I do political reporting at Wood TV. I have been here since mid-90s. I left for a couple of years to work in Washington and came back. I cover politics exclusively, almost exclusively. Occasionally in breaking news situations, you're called on to do whatever has to be done. That's just part of the business. But the most important thing is to get the most pertinent story on as quickly as we possibly can. Now, in this case, because of the proximity, we were able to get there and have him alive. We'll no doubt be the only people... You can tell we're the only people that have this on live. That's part of what we do. Whenever there's something big, we get there and we get there first. So.
Get that so flat. I'm gonna go up and prove this.
Okay. Okay. Thanks. Okay.
I'm gonna try to work on it right now. Rick should be in the chair. Hey, you can stop running the crawl now. Thanks. It's just gonna be straight to Joe or straight to Rick.
Straight to Joe or straight to Rick? The stories?
Right. It depends. If I get Joe right now, then we'll just go with Joe. If I don't get Joe, we'll go to Rick.
So, Pat, are you in the breaking news rundown?
Right now I see bars, but I'll keep you posted. Can we get a mic check? Okay, we have Joe. We'll go with Joe as of right now. I'm keeping Rick in the chair in case something goes wrong.
Michigan's largest hospital.
Here we go.
Breaking through when stories break. This is 24 Hour News 8. Good morning. I'm Joe LaFurgey in downtown Grand Rapids, where power at Spectrum Butterworth's downtown campus, Spectrum Butterworth Hospital, went out about 9:30 this morning. You are looking at the scene just outside the emergency room. Power was restored within the half hour. They tell me that operations here at the hospital, including essential things like the emergency room, the operating rooms, were maintained during the power outage. There was a short period, they tell me, at the hospital here where the power went out and may have affected some of the operating rooms, but they were back on within 2 or 3 seconds as the emergency generators kicked back in. We talked to several employees and visitors here at the hospital. They say within 2 or 3 minutes in some of those non-essential areas, the power was back on. All this caused apparently by a car that hit a electrical pole nearby, cutting power to the 2 substations. But again, everything went off. Hospital officials tell me no major complications down here. Everybody's okay. They do have power restored. We'll have more coming up at noon. Back to you.
Okay, good job. You're clear. We'll see you at noon. Why don't you go? Go now, and then we'll send Rachel. Yep. Okay. We got a school in lockdown. Possible gunman inside Central.
I already in the salad. You want me to stop him real quick?
No, keep him going. Okay, go over there, Rick, and we'll send Rach.
Okay, and then I'm gonna call Rachel real quick, right? You
How
already
should we
called her?
handle this? Because I don't want to freak everybody out.
Who's
I'm sending out a note, but I have confirmed.
Cut in?
Yeah. Keep Brett around.
Brett, stick around. I might need you to go on TV. We got a possible gunman.
Who's Rachel with? George?
No, not yet.
Lisa, write up Yeltsin. Take the AP wire and rework it and write something up. And I'll have maybe Brett confront that. You know.
Rachel's Christine. I need you to give me a call ASAP.
Okay, see you, bye.
You want Jeff to go to Central, right?
Yeah, Jeff needs to go to
Yep.
Central.
Yes, go to
I
Central.
left him in DSMG.
Okay,
291-2036.
George and Rachel aren't together, but I just told George she's apparently in some other part of the school.
Okay, thanks.
4770. So be advised that they were treated by Metro PR.
I haven't either. Where did we get this from?
That's all the information I have.
Is this a tip or what?
I heard the traffic scanner of Rachel barricading an area.
Yes.
And they were talking about
Yeah.
Yep, I'm here.
What Carrie knows. They have an area barricaded due to a possible gunman in Central High School. School's locked down.
Brett, are you clear on what we have?
GRPD says that we have lockdown going on at Central High School. It's in the Grand Rapids Public School
This is a
system.
situation.
Suspicious situation there. They have blocked off Fountain Street.
Our crews on the scene tell us they blocked.
9 cars.
And fix 9 police cars? 9 police cars, you can say. Fix your IP, I'm going upstairs.
Oh, you're going to talk me through here? 9 police cars? What do you mean 9? Dan Bors, can you get the Oakwood Skycam on that? Will that reach over there? Can you see like flashing lights maybe?
Yeah, Brett's down here in the newsroom, so you can't buy it.
Oh, okay. We're gonna. Hey, can you hear that? She's gonna get Rick for a phoner.
Rick's gonna call and do a phoner. He wants Brett to set him up with what we're reporting, and he's gonna tell us what he's seeing. Do you want me to come up?
No, I'm good. Okay, Rick's doing a phoner, you guys. We're gonna go to Brett first, then we're gonna go to Rick. Here.
Okay, Rick says there's at least 9 squad cars there. There's an ambulance staging. Several officers are in heavy gear. He said as we were on the phone, 2 or 3 more were coming the wrong way on Prospect and unmarked cars at a very high rate of speed. And marked cars or unmarked? Unmarked cars. He counts at least 9 marked cars, and they're blocking Prospect.
Brett. Okay, you're gonna toss to Rick, okay?
Rick will
do
be
the
on the
skeleton
phone,
information.
right,
You'll toss Rick. We're gonna stay on you. I don't want to show Rick's face over breaking news. So then you toss Rick. Here we go.
You ready, Andy?
Yep, go.
Start from there.
All right, control for Wood and OTV, please throw it over. Sound up 56, roll it.
Breaking through when stories break. This is 24-Hour News 8.
Good morning. We are following a very suspicious situation according to Grand Rapids Police Department. Central High School is in lockdown due to a suspicious situation going on there at this point in time. From what we understand, several roads have been blocked off near that high school. We're going to go straight out to Rick Albin, who is on the scene at this point in time on the phone. Rick, what can you tell us about what's happening out there?
Let me quickly tell you what we've got.
We have a very heavy presence of Grand Rapids Police Department here. There are well over a dozen police vehicles as well as an ambulance. Grand Rapids Fire Department has also responded. People in what would be tactical or heavy gear, helmets, Kevlar, that type of thing out here. We don't know exactly what the situation is inside the high school. The best news that we get from Lieutenant Mason at this point is that they believe at this moment that the situation is resolved, that they are taking absolutely no chances right now. You cannot get through the intersection of Prospect and Fountain, and it looks like, from my vantage point, that there are other intersections in this area that are blocked. The ideal situation would be to avoid the area. Foot traffic is being moved off of Prospect Street as well as off this corner of Prospect and Fountain. As I say, Brett, we hope to have further confirmation of what the lieutenant told us just a couple of moments ago.
And talking about that school, that high school you see in the center of your screen there, is on lockdown at this point in time, but it seems that the situation has been resolved. We, of course, are going to have live reports, more live reports later on today, starting at noon.
This is all black. This is Mike.
Good job.
Take it away.
Good job, guys. Thank you. God, this day is crazy.
So,
are we done for the day now? Or do we have enough news?
Oh my God.
Good first block.
We had so much crazy stuff today.
Joe did have some good pitches that had tomorrow books, so it seems to me his story's probably resolved. Couldn't he bring that back and maybe drop something else in a different show? City Commission, parking lot deal, dead.
Yeah.
Budget's coming out tomorrow. Was there something that Rick was talking about?
Rick was going to make some calls and see
Budget.
what he could do with budgets. It's going to be in Lansing Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday.
So let me update this real quick. What's our lead at 6?
It's a court case. It doesn't have to happen at 5. School lockdown is the most engaging.
I agree. Just making sure.
It sounds like he probably didn't have a gun, but
Right.
everything went well and it was followed correctly. So what's the shelf life there? Not much.
Right. And then Yeltsin at 520.
And
is
then
that what you're
Yeltsin
thinking?
at 520.
And then you set up Rick with the
We've only
VO.
got one local presence at 5.
That's my concern.
Yeah, I don't.
That's why I wanted to do the protester, but I don't know. I mean, is there something else?
The tape, 4 tapes worth of video from the scene this morning. About 2 hours worth. So we'll look through the tape, important because we want to bring the most important elements to the public about what happened this morning.
I put 21 gallons in.
Hey, how are you, Larry? Hey, Gary.
Oh, I'm eating. Don't do that to me.
I'm going to log as much as I can. They want us to go out. School closes at 2:45 about that. They want us to go talk to some students and look for those pictures.
Which won't be happening.
So we need to do that and get there. We just need to bring the truck and probably set up from the rest of there and just go from the field after that. Thank you. All right. Logging tapes, the editing process is important because this is a process of choosing the images we're going to show on our newscast that everybody's going to see. All right. The process of putting it together takes almost longer than the process of getting the information, the technical aspect of it. We do a lot of interviews to get the best sound that we can to tell the story.
Earlier today, we had students report what they believe to be a weapon being carried by another student.
It's an interview with a parent about what happened at the school today.
Laying on the floor and she was scared. She just wanted me to come up and.
Was that Mayhew?
Yep, Paul Mayhew, Kent
It
County
was
Commissioner.
cold red, and they were laying on the floor, and she was scared. And she just wanted me to come up and get her. You know?
Anyway, what time do we need to be at school?
School gets out at 2:44, 2:43, 2:44. So probably leave around 2:35, 2:30.
We'll do that first. We'll knock that off. We'll get back here. You may be on set. You may not be live out there either.
Okay.
It all depends how the jiggles around. But
Okay. All right.
Okay, let me fill you in on what we're doing today. We were just talking about it. We have Rachel doing the Central High lockdown. She has reaction from students and administrators, and I think she has Dolan. We had some really good shots today of the superintendent walking up to the parents talking to them before the actual news conference. She's going back out there in a few minutes to try to see if anybody took any pictures on their cell phones, because apparently the students had to have their hands behind their backs in the classrooms as part of procedure and everything, so I don't know exactly.
I got a tip from a lady that there was an attempted rape at this Central High School where this thing went down today. It happened last week, and she said that the paper was kind of on it, but they haven't reported it yet, and they didn't end up actually going that far with the girl, but they took her purse or something like that. So I just got the tip, so I was gonna have somebody check it out. Just as another thing that went on with this school.
Come on, Rach. And in an emergency, I don't think anybody's usually.
We're heading back to the high school to go talk to some students. School gets out in about 13 minutes.
All set?
Yep. They're hoping we can get pictures from students that might have recorded scenes from inside the school when the lockdown was in place.
All right.
A lot of students using cell phones to take pictures. Perhaps they could give us a look inside that our cameras weren't able to get because the school was closed.
I don't know. I was thinking variably. Everybody's canceled the good.
Yeah, we could do variable. Well, I usually get into the weather office about 2:45 in the afternoon, and I like to spend a good hour or so, maybe even more than that, depending upon the weather situation, looking at the maps, all the satellite pictures, the radar images, the computer forecast models, and we converse with the other meteorologist here who's on duty all the time, and trying to come up with a weather forecast. And it takes a good hour, I think, to get a good feel for what's going on with the weather. Well, at 6 o'clock, I usually get about 3 minutes and 15 seconds, and it is all ad lib, but the graphics that I have are my notes. So I have it in my mind. That's why I spend an hour and a half looking at the weather forecast. I have it in my mind what's going on. Then I make the graphics to fit that image that I want to convey to the viewers. And whenever I see that image or that graphic, then I can just talk about it because I know what the weather's going to be. In the next couple of hours through the afternoon, I'm going to finish up working on the forecast with Joe, and then I'll start doing graphics while he's getting his graphics ready for the 5 o'clock show. Fortunately, we have a couple of different computers where we can do these graphics on them so we can get them all done at the same time.
Mostly we want from the kids what it was like to be inside, what they were told, if they received any pictures that they'd be willing to share with us. Gives a different perspective to the story.
Mm-hmm. All right. Shall we?
Yeah.
You got plenty of room.
So, we out. Yeah, I see the students already coming out.
All right. Next couple of minutes, this should be happening.
Okay.
And we got police right up here, too.
Yep. Hi, do you know, did any of you get any photos perhaps inside the school day during the lockdown or anything? No, no photos? Okay, thank you. Well, they're all extras, basically. We have a lot of great footage. We're looking for something that the competition isn't going to have. We're looking for something inside the building. And you never know if it's out there unless you ask. Can you tell me when you first knew something was wrong, what they tell you to do?
Stay in the lunchroom.
Yeah? You were eating lunch at the time, huh?
Nah.
No?
Lunch was over with.
Yeah, but they took you into the lunchroom?
Yeah.
We're looking for cell phone photos. Did anyone have any cell phone photos? Or any kind of photo? Cell phone photo?
Nothing really.
Can you just tell us, you can all answer, what was it like? Tell me what students were thinking, feeling, saying.
Actually, us students, we didn't really freak out like teachers. They were really freaked out, like, calling. This teacher called her mom.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Saying, I'm gonna get shot.
Yeah.
They didn't even find no weapon.
I just cut across here.
We didn't get what we wanted, but can't say we didn't try.
I'm in 34 and 35. Yell if you need. If you get desperate, just stop it.
No problem.
Oh, yeah, honey. Here's a fun job for you, John.
Typically come in around 1:30 or 2, and you just kind of go through every sports website you can find. You go through newspapers, you make phone calls, and just try and figure out what's the best way to fill 3 minutes. What's the most interesting way to fill 3 minutes for the viewer out there? So today, the Red Wings finished up well past midnight last night, won that series, advanced. We'll do something with that. Pistons play game 2 against Orlando. We'll do something with that. We're trying to get in touch with Detroit right now to get some sound, some preview sound. And then the Griffins play a big playoff game tonight. So Larry Figurski is going to be live at Van Andel Arena. So we're discussing how we want to approach that too. And then I'm working on 2, 3, 4, 5 days ahead. We've got the Mayweather De La Hoya fight coming up. The first deadline is 6:20 when sports is on, unless there's some big breaking story and they want us on the 5 or the 6 near the top. And then all the while you're producing the 6, you're also thinking about the 11 o'clock too. And then at 6 we get 3 minutes. At 11 o'clock it's generally about 3:45. Well, I've got to go search for old Mayweather footage. So I've got to go back in the dungeon room where all the old tapes are. And then I'll write this show. And then I'll look at the 11 o'clock. And then if I've got time, I'll get into an edit booth and I'll start editing at least one of the Mayweather stories that I've already written so that I can kind of stay on top of it.
Central, Cornerstone, Spectrum, Frank Claver.
Those are the reporters, I assume.
Right. You've got to get fools in there somewhere.
All right.
Gas prices at the top.
My name is Bill Herbst. I am an executive producer here. Right now, I'm producing or putting together our 6 o'clock newscast, which I'll be producing. And my day just started here at 2:30, so after our meeting, which we just went to, where we went over the stories, now we come to here and put the stories into the computer lineup, which is the lineup for the show, the order the stories are going to appear in and how long they're going to take, and you sort of assign that and assign what form they're going to take, whether a reporter is going to do them live, whether there's going to be a piece of recorded tape. And so you start basically building the show now with all the stories that we've worked on all day or continuing to work on. So I put all those in, put the commercials in, put the weather and sports in. You have a set amount of time, so you have to try and balance the amount of news you have into the amount of news time you have in between commercials, because some days you have more news than time, some days you have less news than time. So even though this is the lineup right now, it is by no means set in stone. Things that are in right now could get reduced, they could get eliminated, they could get moved to another newscast. Just, it's always an ongoing process. Even when you think things are done 10 minutes for a show, something else can happen and everything changes. And so it's just everybody sort of contributes to it, and as a producer, it's your job to make sure everything gets done on time and gets done in the manner that you want it to be done, or that the organization wants it to be done. So, I am sort of in charge, but you can't produce a show by yourself. Today, I think all of our reporters are here, which is kind of more just random happenstance that the stories took place early enough in the day that they could shoot the stuff there and come back here. Also with the wind today, we weren't able to do as many live shots in the field because the wind keeps you from putting up your mast, which therefore means the reporters have to come back even if you don't want them to. So that's a challenge we have today that we didn't have yesterday that we won't have tomorrow. So, one of our crews that did a story in Allegan County, normally we would have kept them there. They would have just fed us the tape back, fed us the information. They would have presented the story from Allegan County, but because of the wind, we can't do that. So they had to drive it all back here, so they're putting it together here. So, that's just one of those things that day to day you sort of have to factor in.
What are you working on? What am I working on today? I am working on the Soul Force and its visit to Cornerstone University today and Calvin College tomorrow. We're going to take a look at how 2 different Christian-based universities are handling the Soul Force and its message. One is saying, nope, you can't come on campus. The other one is saying, you know what, let's take a look at this and maybe we can learn a little something. So that's what I'm doing at 6.
During the Central High School, after an earlier lockdown, students thought they saw a classmate with a gun. Find out what really happened at 5. It's about, by 3 minutes to 4 o'clock. This is the part of the day that we start to really push towards the 5 o'clock show. So what we're about to, this will be a live promo / update, tease on what we're working on coming up at 5 o'clock. It includes a weather element as well. And then we usually either take that and put it to tape and rerun it again at 4:45, or we have a unique one to go at 4:45, depending on what the news is. So,
Classes resume at Central High School after an earlier lockdown. Students thought they saw a classmate with a gun. Find out what really happened at 5.
I'm Joe LaFergie in Grand Rapids. It's one thing when you're sitting at home and the power goes out, quite another if you're at a major metropolitan hospital. Coming up tonight on 24 Hour News 8, what happened when the lights went out at Spectrum Butterworth?
Still a lot of clouds around West Michigan. All that's left are a few sprinkles. We'll see clearing skies later tonight and tomorrow.
During rush hour?
Christine, so Larry's just doing the round robin out of the break. There's no talk.
Yeah, I'm gonna say we're do that animation.
Okay.
Say we're coming up at 6.
Okay.
Is page 52 is someone?
Well, right now, because I've sort of worked on the rundown, I need to order graphics, and we have a lot of different graphics we use. You know, we have graphics that appear over an anchor's shoulder. In the reading story, we have, if we put somebody's picture on TV and it kind of takes up the full screen, it has their picture and their name. We have those graphics. We have graphics we put in our big monitors that we use up on our set. If you have a reporter in the field and they have what we call boxes, you know, with an anchor and a person, there's a graphic for that. All of those things have to be ordered. We have an art department that handles those, but I, as the producer, have to make sure they get done. So I'll go through the show and say, you know, we're doing a story on a school being locked down. We need a graphic that says school lockdown, and I'll, you know, come up with an idea or come up with the information in the story, give it to the art department. They'll work on the graphic. So the 6 o'clock will have, you know, between 5 and 10 graphics. So that's a process. We just got to go through and see everything you need. And with everything, you want to get those in early, because then when stories happen late and you need to add graphics late, you hopefully have everything, you know, in place ahead of time so that you can be fluid.
Here in Deco, we start at, well, the show starts at 5, but we start up here at 3 o'clock, sometimes 3:30, and we just start building pages. They come up and they order text on one side that goes along with the story, and then our job is to type up the full page with all the text. It's like text graphics. These are all lower thirds, locator and name supers, and the producers code those throughout the whole show based on their rundown. So they're the ones that put those lower thirds in, but we build anything other than that. So I'm doing the text graphics for full screen CG informational pages, and then we have a department, an art department, that does all the other graphics in the monitor, the OTSs, the animations, the maps, everything like that. And for the 5 and 6, we have usually a graphics team of at least 3 people. One person is the coordinator, and they take the phone calls that constantly come up to change stuff, and then he or she kind of delegates the graphics to the other graphic artists, and they make them from there. It's actually kind of hectic because we don't know how the show's going to stack until, you know, around 4, and then it's like busy, get everything done. And if it's good news, it's coming down real last minute, so we try to really get those last minute graphics in for breaking news or anything like that. And then for graphics, the Thunder program is also a computer program, and what it does is it holds graphics and animations, animated maps, and it just kind of holds them in there, and then we have a sequence so that the TD can call up the graphics quickly based on the rundown. And it's all on a number system. We have a number system for this and a separate number system for that, for day and for each show too. So it's easier to find things that you made and to recall them.
Close to 1,000 more students inside, fear through cell phones reaching out to parents. Police Chief Harry Dolan bringing welcoming news to the public. No weapon found, no need for panic. It's going to be hard to get out to my 5 o'clock live shots. Okay, here's this. The tapes, you want to come with me? They're all on my desk.
All right. This is your 5?
Yeah.
Okay.
Like the ones like with Dolan. I wrote like Mayhew on the outside of that, Teresa's, whatever, and I'll do that at 5.
Okay. All right, I'll get to it. Thank you. Being that we have 3 shooters shooting this, it's going to take a little longer because I don't know what the other people have. Got 2 tapes from Mike, 1 from Dan Salas, and 2 that I shot myself. And I usually try to lay the A-roll down first and then work it from there. So I can use a bunch of his stuff. Oh yeah, there we go. He's got some nice stuff. 628, what do we got here? Salas's tape. Don't just feel safer on your way. We're up.
Everyone was fine. So the most important people, we have students here who did what they were supposed to do. I want to thank you, but your children are fine. Okay. And that's the most important thing.
Appletosh, Live 9, East Horn, Central High School. Well, now we got the signal in. We know we got signal from this location, so now we just set up all our equipment so when the talent gets here, we'll make them look pretty. IFB line, this feeds the audio, on-air audio to the reporter so they can communicate back and forth. This feeds the audio from the reporter to the newsroom. This is our video going back to the newsroom via that big old mast on top of the truck. Try IFB, we got
Okay.
IFB going too.
All right, I'm plugging in. Oh, this is so we can hear what's going on back at the station. The producers can have contact with us out in the field. Let us know if everything's running smoothly. Yep, I can hear you.
All right, Rachel, you're clear.
Yep. Test, test, test. 1, 2, 3. Some Grand Rapids Central High School students thought they saw another student with a handgun, but turned out it was a faceplate to a radio or CD player you find in a car.
My name is John Joy, and I'm a director here at Wood TV.
What are you doing right now, Joe?
I'm putting the 6 p.m. rundown together, adding in the camera shots, and putting in the tape machines that we're going to be using for the newscast. Typically we take a look at the rundown about an hour and a half or so, maybe 2 hours ahead of the show, and then about an hour before the show we'll start putting in the information as it's become more finalized with the producer. So the producer might have an idea about certain shots they want or a certain way they want things done, and then they come to the director, and together we make that happen.
And what would you like me to talk about here?
So what are you doing right now? Where are you going? What are you...
Heading up to do the 6th.
Okay.
And, hey, Bill, how are you?
Good, how are you?
Good, thanks. Just some last-minute checks on the 6 o'clock script, the rundown, some tweaking of the scripts themselves. Check to see if I've got anything missing here. Grabbing the rundown, which is always nice to have. And then heading up. So I can drop these scripts off. Hey, it's an essential part of trying to look your best.
Larry, Susie's supposed to be here today too, right?
She is not. Today is a day off for her.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yes.
So it's just you.
Yep.
Okay.
And we're good to go.
Next, a rally around a Native American education program brings some new developments today.
Boy, I'm having a hard time figuring out how they confused a radio CD player faceplate for a gun.
You know, Larry, I think everybody is
There's no question
so
about
anxious.
that. Yeah.
Yeah. There's part of it that's metallic and part of it that's black.
Yeah.
And I don't know if someone was putting it in their pocket. I mean, imagine
Got it.
laying on the floor
Thank
in
you.
the classroom.
Yeah, exactly. We got to adjust furniture once in a while too. The prompter, any update on when we're going to get this back?
I haven't heard anything.
Okay.
You mentioned it in the production
Thank you.
meeting. Did you do that half CT for Rachel's tag?
Yeah, I have it done.
Okay, cool.
I just need to put the one down.
Okay, thank you.
bring Larry up, please.
Good evening.
Good evening, Bill.
How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Good.
Good.
Right now, all the reporters are in position and ready to go on television.
Excellent.
So we're going to celebrate my return to the Six in a triumphant manner.
Welcome back, my friend.
Thanks. I'm here for a day, and then I'm taking tomorrow off.
Figures.
Well, I can't handle too much of it.
How's that Myra, John?
This done here, Jim? Yep.
30 seconds, Rachel. Are you getting that?
So you good on tapes for this first segment?
I think it's okay.
Sounds better.
Wait, I'm getting that echo still.
30 away.
30 away.
What?
Yeah, just
Seems right.
have Larry take
Seems right on our end.
half step or a
Still
step to
getting
his
it.
left for just the first part, and then
Joe, can you hear me?
move back. That'd be nice.
Okay. You're after
I
Rachel.
don't know. It's we switched those IFB lines. I don't know if it's something crazy with.
Don't worry. I guess it's okay.
Your mic is good.
Can you put? No, you don't.
Can you
We
have
have-
the audio person check?
Can you have
Double
Larry
check?
take a step to
Yeah,
his
he's
left?
double and triple check.
Okay.
Yeah, there you go. Just do it right there, and then have him move back in the open. Here we go. Roll under 3 sound.
Now
Ready,
on
16.
24-hour News 8.
Roll 16. Cue Larry.
Police and parents rushed to
Ready,
a Grand
17.
Rapids High School after the school was locked down this
Roll
morning.
17 white.
West Michigan's biggest hospital
18.
implements its emergency plan after the facility
Roll
loses
18 white.
power.
Ready,
And two
on 1.
local religious colleges
Back.
with opposite approaches in dealing with a group that promotes sexual diversity.
Take.
Good evening to you. I'm Larry
Ready,
Dienhouse, and
6.
this is 24-hour News 8
Right.
at 6.
And have him move back.
Live from West Michigan's news
Oh,
leader,
there you go. That'll work.
this is 24-hour News 8.
How'd it go, Bill?
Overall, it went pretty well. There were a few small things, mostly typos and graphics and stuff like that, but I think most of the mistakes didn't get on the air, and that's the goal.
Yeah. Happy with the overall product?
Yeah, like I said, no major problems, and we covered the big stories and got them on the air, so, in the way we hope to get them on the air, so.
Great.
We won more than we lost today, so that's the good news. And we get to do it again tomorrow.